H&M, which stands for Hans and Moritz, was founded in 1947 in Sweden. It is a retail store of clothing products, and its proposal is offering high-quality garments at a low cost. H&M belongs to a part of the fashion market that's called fast fashion, which is known for following trends and offering low-cost clothing massively. At the beginning, they offered garments just for women, but with the time they started offering clothing for children and men too. For this reason, the stores tend to be of more than one floor, and with at least those three different sections: women, men, and children. They started going international on 1960, arriving to Norway, then to Denmark and England. Evidently, those are countries that are geographically close to Sweden, and for this reason it is said that H&M started its internationalization process by adapting the incrementalistic approach. For better understanding this, there is the Uppsala model. This is an internationalization process that occurs in an organized, ordered, and predictable manner, according to Childs and Ginn, and is made up by two main dimensions: market commitment and geographic diversification. First, market commitment consists of the way in which investments are done stepwise, starting with no regular exports and finishing with having foreign production facilities. On the other hand, geographic diversification consists of the entry to markets, considering mainly the psychic distance. Psychic distance refers to how close or how far is a market from the home country of the brand. So, Norway has a small psychic distance with Sweden, not only based on distance, but on language, economy, culture, and tastes. This helps with having a lesser risk of failure in new markets. H&M owned all their stores until they decided to go for the Middle East countries, when they started with the franchises. This would help them to get to know better and adapt to whole new markets and cultures with some support that already had knowledge and experience there. They didn't centralize completely their upstream activities. They centralized all the design and research and development activities in the Stockholm headquarters at Sweden, but they relied on third parties for all production processes. They counted with 850 suppliers between Africa, Europe, and China. Regarding the downstream activities, they have centralized all the marketing department, what allows them to have complete control over what the brand communicates to its customers worldwide, for all the main and the sub-collections they offer per year. H&M arrived at Latin America in 2012, and one of the strongest competitors was Zara, who used a whole different strategy for going international. Zara owned large part of their production facilities, and this allows them to to control very well their logistics, having really low lead times. Of course, H&M and Zara focuses on different things to differentiate. First, H&M's strong points are the low prices, the different collaborations done with famous designers, and the marketing efforts in terms of promotion. Second, while Zara's are the customer service, corporate sustainability, and the brand's value. Saying No proposed three stages for the expansion of companies. Domestic market is when the company hasn't gone international. Slow expansion means an incrementalistic behavior in its internationalization. And aggressive expansion is when companies put aside the psychic distance and start taking more risks. H&M took more time than Zara in the domestic and slow expansion stages, meaning that Zara decided to take more risks since the beginning, while H&M decided to go step by step. The kind of behavior of Zara can be referred to as a rapid internationalization. Zara's decision of going with a rapid internationalization strategy can be supported by having a well-defined brand image. This implies that they have a globally competitive advantage, thus a homogeneous worldwide target. what facilitates design and production processes because everyone is likely to buy the same products. Based on H&M's and Zara's internationalization processes, it can be said that there are two types of fashion retailers. First, born global, like Zara, and second, incremental, like H&M. For Zara to be successful, they have had the need of using joint ventures, apart from the franchises and own subsidiaries. In 2012, H&M enters the Latin American market with its first store in Mexico. When they decide to enter a market, they consider multiple factors, such as economy, the ease to do business, political and environmental factors, among others. Of course, Brazil was a tempting option because of its economical stability and commercial strength, but the decision of Mexico was way better because of the increase it has had with the time in the expenditure on the apparel industry, what clearly benefits H&M and seems to have the trend to continue like that. Nowadays, H&M counts with 54 stores in the 7 years they have been in Mexico, and is among the 5 countries that are more profitable to H&M. Is also the first one in Latin America with the option to buy online since the current year, 2019, and they decided not to stay in Brazil due to high costs and taxes. As a conclusion, H&M has had a great control and knowledge over the countries they have entered. Owning most of their stores and franchising just a few is a clear advantage. They counteract the outsourcing of the production through a virtual control of those logistics operations. The beginning of H&M's aggressive stage of expansion in 1998 was backed up by 33 years of a stepwise process for going to different countries, because the Uppsala model can be applied until a certain point. Nowadays, the globalization, internationalization of tastes, and technology help companies to go international faster than before.